Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Hilltop Sports Report. My name is Jumpin' Jack Carlson, your host, and this is episode 37 of the podcast. My very special guest on this episode is head coach of the women's basketball program, Brent Brase, in his 20th year at the helm. Without further ado, let's hit the music and start the show.
Let's go Rams! Let's go Rams!
As I mentioned in my intro, Coach Brent Brase is my very special guest on this episode of the podcast. Last night, as we record on Wednesday morning, was a thrilling night in Mount Vernon. A couple of close basketball games between the Illinois College Lady Blue Boys and the Cornell Rams. In the first game of that doubleheader, the Rams and the Lady Blues were locked in a back-and-forth affair, 22 lead changes, and ultimately the Rams were victorious on a last-second shot. First of all, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time today, and describe what the emotions were last night in that thriller.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Jack, and appreciate everything and appreciate all you do. So, yeah, it was a great win for us. We went down the stretch, and we drew up a play coming out of the timeout that we have in our playbook, and it's to get Reagan in the post. And, she's a 5'10", 5'11" guard, and they were guarding her with someone smaller. So we thought if we could spread the floor and get the ball to Erin and on the perimeter and have her kick it inside to Reagan, we'd get a good look. And we got what we wanted, and Reagan fortunately converted, and then we got the stops going down on the other end, and the team was pretty excited afterwards.
Absolutely. The Rams have a knack for these exciting moments. You think back to December, that thrilling victory over Cornell, the 1-point win in that contest. This Rams team has proven their mettle time and time again. A very young team. How important is it for such a young team to compete in these close games and have that game experience going forward in their careers?
Yeah, well, you said the key word to compete, right? To learn how to compete in everything we do, not just competing basketball wise, but competing with our enthusiasm, our energy, compete as a teammate in what we're given to others and given to the program, and so we're learning that, we're growing, we are fairly young, and you have a lot of positives, and then you have a lot of areas that you see that you can continue to grow. And the really nice thing is that we have a group of young ladies that welcome those challenges and have a willingness to go out there and continue to improve and to practice hard every day and to grow. So it's been an exciting group.
And one of those young players that the Rams have on their roster is Erin Knowles, the freshman from Boscobel, Wisconsin, two-time performer of the week in the conference in her first season of collegiate basketball. Describe what impact she has made, really bursting onto the scene. Her first game against Crown was phenomenal, and she's been great ever since. What has she brought to the program?
Well, here, I think the best thing that she brings is everyone wants, you always want to talk about skill, but it's the other things that are really important. And she's such a humble young lady. She's a real competitor, and she really cares. She has a big heart. She cares about her teammates, and she's easy to root for, right? She's easy to, as a freshman, to go out there and to be doing what she's doing, and to have all the teammates like fully support her, because she's doing everything for the right reason, and she leads her life the right way. And when you have a young player that's like that, then again, it's easy for the teammates to jump on board and be like, yeah, we got someone special here, because she values each and every teammate as well.
Absolutely. And a couple of other freshmen are in that starting lineup this year. Reagan Wells, who you mentioned earlier on, she scored that crucial basket on Tuesday night. And then also Maya Hodge, who seems to be growing more and more confident as each game goes by. Yeah. What have those two, Maya and Reagan, brought to the program in their first years?
So all three freshmen that are starting are doing a really good job, but everyone's doing a good job with the program, and everyone has a different path, right? Some freshmen come in and they can contribute right away, and that's awesome for them. And others have to learn and grow, and so to have those coming in and contributing in the way that they are, that's it's kind of uncommon, and it's special for them. It's special for our program, and again, I think they've done such a great job on the court and off the court. I think everyone's rallied around them. The upperclassmen have rallied around them as well, and showing them the proper support, and I think that's been a big component for us.
Absolutely. And last year's first-year female athlete of the year, Heidi Jorgensen, in her second season with the Rams, she's also kind of taken some of that leadership role just in her second season with the team. What does she bring?
She's a tough competitor. I mean, she wants to do well, and she's going to do whatever it is that's asked of her. She's taken a really important step forward as a defender this year. She's really she gets assigned a lot of times the other team's top perimeter offensive player. So be it a 1, 2, or a 3, a lot of times she'll be guarding that player, and so that and she just competes. She competes, and we honor charges. However many, if anyone gets a charge during a game, we kind of celebrate and honor that as a program. And I think last night, what she picked up, maybe her 6th charge, maybe 7th, but somewhere in there this year, which is a lot of charges taken, and it just shows you, just the kind of toughness that she has, and that competitiveness, again, it carries over to the others.
That's awesome. And now to the junior class, the roommates, Tenley Kavanaugh and Riley Van Drieser. They've taken on more important roles this season. Riley had not started a game in college prior to this year. She started all of the games for the Rams. Tenley Kavanaugh is that three-point shooting threat that you can bring in off the bench. What have those two meant, along with the rest of the junior class?
Yeah. So AJ had a really, really good start to the year. She was defending really well. Tenley and Riley have done a really good job in aspects as well, just as energy givers, leadership, commitment to the program, and so they've really done a good job in that way, and they again they're players that understand the type of culture that we want, what's really important in our culture, and I think they work to drive that culture forward every day.
Absolutely. Now to the senior class. On that leadership council, have some of those players on that. Obviously, for Mia Murray, who suffered that injury before the season started, she's invaluable for the team with her energy that she brings, even when she's not playing, along with Tori Saucedo, and you also have Ileana Caceres. Those 3 seniors. Talk about the senior class and what they've brought throughout their years in the program.
Yeah. So here's a real key, and everyone, you can always look at. Everyone wants to start, right? Everyone can look at points or rebounds or anything like that. But the senior class has done a great job in this way. Ileana has been awesome with her commitment and her work ethic and what she's given. And that stuff's contagious, right? Mia was having a great off season and suffered a really unfortunate ACL injury in the off season in the summer, and had surgery and out the entire year, and she's been at every practice. She's one that continues to drive the culture forward, along with Ileana and along with Tori, and so the impact someone like Mia has had, who hasn't even stepped foot on the court this year, is so important and so significant, and the same with Tori. She had an unfortunate injury early in the year, which really set her back. It took a little bit longer for the ankle to heal, and now as of late she's gotten more of an opportunity, and she's taken full advantage of it. She's hit big shots each of the last number of games, and so all 3 of those are doing an awesome job, even though they may not be scoring a lot or a lot of minutes. The contributions they make as teammates, as people, as leaders, that's the good stuff.
That's awesome. And now I kind of want to go into the program culture that you've instilled. This is your 20th year here on the Hilltop. You went to Cornell back in the late 80s and graduated in 1990. What have you seen been the most successful as far as your program culture instilling something that teams can count on year in and year out from Rams women's basketball?
Yeah, I think, I think we play really hard. I think we play really connected, and that's a hard thing to accomplish. It's a hard thing for a lot of sports, but it's really hard with basketball to get a group to buy in and to be passionate. It's easier to be passionate if you're the starter, right? It's easy to buy in but to be passionate, to be committed to the program. And if you're the 14th player, the 16th player, the 8th player, whatever it is, we talk about this all the time. We just use the phrase "don't get lost." So many people get lost in what this is about. When you get lost in what it's about, you lose the perspective. And so, can you be all in? Can you be committed in the right way and have that add to your life and not take away? Can you be all in and committed in the right way and feel that passion and not have it add pressure, but have it add perspective to you? Can you understand the value of enthusiasm, attitude, being a great teammate, having a great work ethic, and can you work to win at those every single day? And if you work to win at those every single day, man, you're going to come out better on the other end, right? You're going to come out better, not just as a program, but more importantly in life. And so we lose that. And then as soon as you start defining everything by wins and losses, you've missed the major point, the major value to an athletic team. And then that adds the pressure that you don't want to be added. If you go out there and compete in every day in practice as a teammate and work ethic and enthusiasm, man, you're going to be in a really good spot in life. And the one thing that we ask of our players, and I think this is why we've been so consistent and so good over the years, is that you got to show up every day. And some days you're really motivated for it, and other days the discipline has to take over, right? It's like the alarm clock in the morning, man. You may be motivated to set it the night before at 5 a.m. Okay, it's the discipline that gets you out of bed, right? It's the discipline that gets you out of bed. And when you can attack each day like that, right? And when you can attack each practice like that, each 2-hour practice, which may be the most physically, mentally, emotionally challenging thing that's asked of you every day, when you can attack it each day without apology, and when you're not motivated, attack it with discipline, and you can't tell that you're not motivated, man, it's creating something in yourself that I think helps you attack life in a way that just helps you build a really good life for yourself.
That's fantastic. I do love that philosophy. And I can say, speaking from experience, I was able to attend a practice of women's basketball last year. I was a practice player for about 15 minutes. Then I had to tap out a little bit. Coach Brase definitely runs his program in a physical manner, and Jumpin' Jack was not quite ready for that smoke.
Jack, you were the best practice player we ever had. Oh. Okay, you were the best ever.
Well,
your jumper was Steph Curry-ish,
Steph Curry.
Right?
Yeah, I was cooking. Chef Curry.
Yes.
Had all the ingredients.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the praise, Coach, but I might need to retire from practice player situations. So now for you, you're one of the longest members of this Cornell staff tenure-wise. You've been here along with Jeff Meeker on the coaching staff over the years. Describe your relationship with this athletic department and how important it is to be here on the Hilltop. What exactly makes the Ramleys so unique to you, and why you keep coming back year after year?
Yeah, so great question. So yesterday I spoke with a coach different college, longtime friend of mine who got out of coaching mid-year. Okay, so he's talking about his challenges that he had and why he stepped aside mid-year because of the pressures, right? Because of the things that drive so many coaches away from the profession, and so one of the things that I've been really blessed with is I live in town, kids have grown up here, wife's here, works in town, and so I've tried to live by the same adage that we want our players to, that you want to be all in, but it doesn't have to dominate your life, right? I want to be all in, but I got to take care of myself, right? I got to eat right. I got to exercise, okay? You have to have other friendships. You have to have other hobbies, and that doesn't take away from what you do, but it hopefully adds to the value and what you can give your job. So one of the real blessings for me is coaching provides some flexibility, but like this morning I was in at 4 a.m., and so I can do other things. I can go home and make dinner for my family. I can come in late, and so for me, it's allowed me to live the kind of lifestyle I want without sacrificing anything that's really important to me. So that's been why I still enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And we do love you here on the Hilltop. Fantastic coach that has built such a great program here on the women's basketball side, along with your assistant coaches, Rose Shimaoka,
Yes.
who played for you several years back, and also Matt Hattie, who joined the team just before the start of this year. Describe the impact those assistants have made and how important they are to you.
Rose has been awesome. She hadn't been in coaching before, but she came back. This is what she loved to do. She's passionate about it. She really understood the culture and the importance of that and the value of that, because she'd lived it, and she had lived it going through it with upperclassmen that when she came into the program, there wasn't a right way, a wrong way, and a sometimes way. There was like, this is the way we're going to do it, so she fully got that as a freshman, and she was like, wow, okay, so this is what it's about. And her classmates, it was just such a really great class that she went through with, because they all had different roles, and they were all willing to star in those roles, and some of them as starters, and some of them like Macy Robinson, if I'm sure she'll be listening at some point. She started in her role even though she didn't play much as a senior. She was an awesome leader, right? Awesome teammate, and again, a culture keeper. And Rose has been that. Rose understands culture. She understands relationships, and she understands how to drive that culture and maintain it and to fix it and to mend it and all those things. And she's passionate, has a great work ethic. So it's been awesome having her back. Matt Hattie brings a lot of coaching experience with him as both a boys basketball coach, high school coach, a girls basketball high school coach, high school football coach, college baseball coach at University of Iowa, and his family has always been involved with athletics. So, and he's a teacher, so so you have that experience as well, and we've really enjoyed having him. I know the players have enjoyed having him, and he brings a lot of passion, a lot of experience, and has really added to our program as well.
That's wonderful. And now the student managers that you have with you, Holden Nowak and also Landon Idle, who've assisted the program over the last couple of years. What do those guys bring day in and day out?
Yeah, they're awesome. They're the unspoken value of individuals like that, when you have individuals that come and do what they do on the bench, in practice, taking care of some of the behind the scenes things. They've been great. just from a basketball standpoint, but just also from a culture standpoint and what they've brought to the program and added to the program. They've helped put us in a really good way. And we appreciate everything that they do. They've been great.
That's fantastic. One final question
Yes.
for you here, sports related, and then we have one non-sports related before we go away. So the last sports question here for you is this upcoming Saturday, as the Ripon Red Hawks, currently in first place in the conference standings, come to Mount Vernon at 8-1 in the conference. The Rams right now 7-2. What is your mindset going into that game, and what are you telling your team as this showdown looms?
Yeah, we're trying to get better today in practice. That's it, man. That's it. We're attacking it. We're going to compete. I know we're going to, we got a lot we can improve from yesterday to today, and that's what we're trying to do, and we're going to compete. And I do know this, that anyone that we come against, they're going to get a great effort. They're going to get all we have, and so I'm looking forward to competing today and growing, and when that day approaches on Saturday, I know we're going to go out there to get after it.
Can't wait to see it here on Saturday. And now the non-sports related question.
Okay.
If you could, can you show the bottle that you've been drinking out of to our podcast audience here? So Coach Brase is a kombucha fan.
Yes.
And what he has here is a Kavita kombucha. It's pineapple peach.
Pineapple peach.
So describe the difference between Kavita and Synergy. For those of you who don't quite know, those are some of the major kombucha brands. Which one do you prefer? What's your go-to? Do you have any sort of method to that madness?
Kavita is cheaper.
Okay.
So I purchase it because of that. It's local. I purchase it because of that. I think I've acquired a real love for it. Pineapple peach is the most common, so I drink that. Grapefruit is the one I crave, but that's hard to find. I can find it at Hy-Vee sometimes. Some of the Synergy ones are really good as well. I like the is it chia seed?
Raspberry chia
Raspberry
seed.
chia seed.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good as well.
Okay, well, in case you didn't know, I'm also a Kavita fan and kombucha fan, so that's how I know these. So raspberry chia seed is your go-to Synergy.
Yes.
All right, well, you learned something new on episode 37 of the Hilltop Sports Report. We invite you to stop by the Small Athletic and Wellness Center tomorrow on Saturday, 1 p.m. We're releasing this episode on Friday afternoon. So stop by, cheer on the Rams at 1 p.m. Then the men's basketball team is in action at 3 p.m. as well. Special thank you to Coach Brase for his time on this podcast.
Jack.
And we're going to step aside for this episode. We'll be back next week with another episode previewing men's lacrosse. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jumpin' Jack Carlson, signing off, saying, I'll see you next time.
Let's go Rams! Let's go Rams!